everyone, what's up and welcome back. Today we are not in the garden and hopefully I have enough filler footage to kind of cover the extras in this video. I'm sorry if I don't, but I wanted to quickly talk about my favorite I'm so hung up on winter sowing. My favorite seed catalog places. Before we even get started with this video, I wanted to quickly ask you a favor. I want you to go in the comments right now and tell me who your favorite seed supplier is. I am always looking for new places to buy seed, especially flower seeds are my favorite. Tell me in the comments. I would love to know. Your comment helps the channel so much. So I am very appreciative. Without further ado, let's get on into this. Now, of course, you can buy your seeds locally at your garden center or at the home improvement store. It's up to you. But I find that I can have a lot more variety, especially in terms of cut flowers. You know, vegetables are one thing. Of course, I like diversity in vegetables too. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes a lot of these flowers are hard to find in seeds. So I thought I would make a quick video talking about my favorite seed suppliers. Okay, so the first one, these are not in any kind of order. These are just in the order that I pulled them up on my browser when I was taking a look around for this video. So the first one that I wanted to talk about is Botanical Interests. I've ordered a ton from Botanical Interests in the past, and I've always had a really good experience with them and with their seeds. They have a very wide selection of flower seeds, both annuals, perennials, and of course biennials as well. Lots of kind of harder to find biennials. In the past, they've even sponsored a couple of videos here on the channel. We did a giveaway a while back. I think that was last year. This video is not sponsored by them, of course.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Huge selection of flowers and some really good herbs and things like that. Like I said, I've always had a good experience. Their shipping, in the past at least, I haven't ordered them this season. Their shipping can be a little bit on the pricier side, but they often make up for that with freebies or experiences. I think usually I receive a free packet of seed. I think it's usually lettuce. I don't know if that's changed. Sometimes they have special promotions to where you order your seed and you get a free calendar or a free tote bag or something like that. In addition, their packaging is also really nice. The boxes are custom printed and packed really well. So I appreciate that extra little, the little extra that goes into that. So I can't say enough good things about this company. I have never had a bad experience. I've never had a seed packet that failed. Like I said, lots of information on the seed packets. I am giving Botanical Interest a 10 out of 10. Good job. Moving right on to another one of my favorite seed suppliers, we have Renee's Garden. Renee's Garden sells vegetables, herbs, and flowers, though I will openly admit I have never used their website to purchase vegetable seeds. I always go directly to the herbs and directly to the flowers. I believe they also have things like gardening hats and stuff like that. This is another website that has a great selection of flowering annuals, perennials, biennials, that kind of thing. They also have some of the varieties that are harder to find, which is really nice. So when I was growing on a smaller scale, I've kind of started buying bigger packets now. But when I was growing in a even smaller space than this, I used Renee's Gardens to get some of my favorites. Also, lots and lots of hardy annual flowers. So if I know a lot of people are winter sowing hardy annuals right now, which is a really exciting time, this might be a place to consider. They also have one of my favorite varieties of feverfew, which is the White Wonder feverfew. When comparing the prices for these seed packets, they're a little bit more expensive than Botanical Interest, but then again, you'd have to compare the number of seeds as well and things like that. So overall, just a really great selection. I believe a lot of these are open pollinated. Again, some of them are hybrids. You'll have to check each individual listing if you're interested in that. All the seeds, according to their website, are non-GMO. Very much a website that you might want to check out. Much like the Botanical Interest, I have never had a bad experience with Renee's Garden. In terms of shipping, I'm not sure what the shipping charges are. I can't really remember off the top of my head. I don't think they offer free shipping or anything like that, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me. Another one that has really great service, really awesome. I like this one as well. We're giving this one a 10 out of 10. Good job, Renee's Garden. Thank you for supplying my garden with some pretty stuff. Appreciate it. The next supplier that I wanted to talk about is another one of my favorites. I keep saying these are my favorites, but they're all my favorites. That's why I'm telling you about them. Geoseed. I only heard about Geoseed and started ordering from them in the last growing season. Since then, I've probably made about 4 or 5 orders from Geoseed, and they are incredible. Okay, now, when you go to the Geoseed website, it says Seed for Professionals. You don't have to be a professional, thankfully, to order. Upon opening up this catalog, you will see that this is not a, click add to cart type situation. There's not any pretty pictures or anything like that, okay? Don't be discouraged. I'm telling you, there are some major bargains in this Geoseed catalog.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
There are so many beautiful varieties of pansies and larkspurs and zinnias and everything else that you frequently see on flower farmers, the real flower farmers that you see on their Instagram feeds and their websites. The seeds are there, but they're a fraction of the cost in most cases. I use Geoseed to order things like my Chantilly snapdragons and the beautiful Panola pink pansies that we have growing in the yard. I am so eager to see all of the hardy annuals that we ordered from Geoseed. We also ordered tons of Lysianthus from there this season, which are still growing in the hoop house, and I am so excited to see in the spring. Hopefully they get big enough. Now, the catch to ordering on Geoseed is either you have to print out order form page and write on it and then mail it to them like we did back in the old days. Raise your hand if you can remember writing out an order form and mailing it to people. Am I the only one that old? Who can believe that? Anyway, or you can fill it out online and you can email it to them and they say, hey, thanks, we got your order. We'll get to work on that. It requires a little bit more work, but it is so worth the effort. There is one drawback to Geoseed that I have encountered is depending upon the time of year and the demand and various other things, which I don't even know. It is possible that once you submit your order, they'll come back and say, hey, this is out of stock. Hey, this was a crop failure. Hey, so you might not get everything that you wrote down on your order form. Bummer, but it is what it is. If it is a busy time of year, you need to plan ahead and order in advance. For example, I ordered my summer garden seeds in November this year, or it might have been the beginning of December. Don't quote me, but I ordered them very early considering they're for next summer. And it took weeks. I would say it took about 6 weeks for the seed order to be filled. In their defense, they said they were very busy. They gave me a heads up. They were like, hey, it's going to be this long. So I completely understand. No big deal. I was early. I planned ahead. No biggie. The other times that I've ordered, the delay hasn't been that long. It was more like 1 to 2 weeks, sometimes less. So it just depends on when you order. But 10 out of 10, Geoseeds, good job. You are rocking it. Keep doing what you're doing. And thank you for selling to regular people just like me who aren't professionals. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Next up on our list, of course, we have Johnny's Seeds. Johnny's Seeds I kind of have mixed opinions about, but I love Johnny's. It's hard to explain. Basically, they have vegetables, fruits, flowers, whatever, and this site is more geared towards farmers. Now, obviously, we aren't farmers. So, when we go through the flowers, ordering individual packets as a backyard gardener can be very expensive and can get very costly very quickly. However, if you do order larger seed packets and you have the room, it can be a good value. A lot of these seeds, when you buy them in bulk, are a very good value. For example, last season, I ordered Tithonia from Johnny's, and for a package of 50 seeds, the Tithonia cost $4.75. However, I realized that 1 ounce of seeds was only $5.45. And it says on the website, 1 ounce contains 2,800 seeds. You see, if you have the space, it's very much worth your value. Or if you make a group order with other people, I've done that before in the past where we make a large bulk group order, and then we share the seeds together, which has been just so helpful. They do offer free shipping, but that's only after you spend $200. Their shipping for seeds can be a little bit costly because they do use a price scale. This is most likely just because they sell so many larger tools and larger items that can be difficult to ship, I'm sure. They also have a sales section that I have found to be very good. However, you got to watch it carefully because when things go on sale, it seems like they go very fast at Johnny's. Overall, I've never had a problem with any of their seeds or their products or anything. This is also where I bought my hoop bender. I purchased some flower bulbs from them this last season. The one time I did have a problem is the hoop bender had been damaged in transit, and I contacted them and they immediately sent the replacement part that I needed, no questions asked, and it was awesome. So 10 out of 10, if you have a larger space than Johnny Seeds, it might be a good choice for you. I really enjoy browsing through their website and their catalog, and maybe you might too. Good job, Johnny's, 10 out of 10. Keep up the good work. You guys are rocking it. Moving on to the next. The next one we have here is Fedco Seeds. This is another one that I have talked about in the past. According to their website, they are a co-op. Don't really know the details of all that. I'm still learning my farming words. Fedco is really good for vegetable seeds, first and foremost. That's when I started ordering from them, is when I was growing vegetables. However, they do have a pretty good section on their website that is devoted to flower seeds. A lot of the flower seeds on here are things that you see frequently on other seed sites, but they usually have a pretty good price tag and a wide range of sizes. So just like Johnny's has the different sizes, Fedco also has the different size seed packets. And the smallest seed packets I find here on Fedco are a little bit more reasonable in their price. The $1.50 to, $3 or $4 range. A very good price for a very good amount of seeds. Again, you want to make sure you're paying attention to the amount of seeds that you're purchasing with these seed packets. That can be really important in determining whether or not you are getting your money's worth or not. I find that Fedco is just a really great value. They do have free shipping, and I think it's a very modest amount. I want to say it's $30. Again, I haven't ordered from them this year, so I'm not sure what the amount is. They also have volume discounts. For example, if you spend over $100, you get 5% discount, which is great because if you're like me, I tend to go overboard when I buy seeds, and I can't help but just get consumed by the whole process of planting and everything like that. Shipping is very quick. If you order early in the season, I believe their shipping period starts in January. So if you order any time after that, it ships out pretty fast. Again, I've never had any problems with Fedco. One time they did have a problem with the straw flower seed that I was sent, and they immediately sent me a replacement, and the straw flower seed that I had actually grew really well anyway. I think it was a low germination rate, and they sent a replacement, and I had 2 packets of seeds. So I can really get behind a website that is proactive in correcting problems should they arise, rather than just turning away and be like, oh well, it'll be fine. That's one of the things that really irritates me about a lot of seed places, and specifically flower bulb places, is that as long as you make the sale, then who cares? So I really like to support sites and catalogs and places that do care. So that's always really fun. I always really enjoy their seed catalog too. Their seed catalog is a little bit different because it is all illustrated with some really kooky, wacky illustrations. So I really like that too. So Fedco Seeds, 10 out of 10. You guys are doing great. Thank you for doing what you do. Moving on to the next one, we're going to be talking about Select Seeds. Now, I've only ordered from Select Seeds a few times, and for the most part, they have a wide selection. They have annuals, perennials, they have small plants now, like transplant-sized plants. I've never ordered plants from them. I usually don't order many plants off the internet, if I'm being totally honest. I'd rather just grow them from seed or buy them in person. Select Seeds has a very, very good selection of flower seeds. I believe it's owned by a mother and daughter or something. Don't quote me on that. I'm just going off the picture that I saw on the front of the catalog last year. I know, do your research if you're going to make a video, Tanya. What's your problem? Anyway, they have a good selection, and they have some of the harder to find varieties that I really like, and this includes a lot of varieties of Rudbeckia and some of the zinnias that are harder to find, like Isabellina zinnia has been hard to find this year for whatever reason. They also have things like quinoa and some really nice filler foliages and some harder to find sweet peas, which I really, really like. I know in the past they used to offer a free seed packet with purchase. Last time I ordered, that wasn't included, so I don't know if that's changed. Unfortunately, I can't speak on the shipping either, but this is just a good option if you see something on the website that you've really, really been looking for. I know that's what I personally use a lot of these seed websites for, is they offer something that I've really, really been in search for and I want to add to the yard. So pretty good here. I don't have as much experience with Select Seeds, and I have no experience ordering plants from Select Seeds, but something worth considering. Our next site that we're going to take a look at is Swallowtail Garden. Now, Swallowtail Garden is very different from the others in that their main hustle, I guess, is flowers. I think they do have a vegetable section and an herb section, but I think compared to the flowers, it seems a lot smaller. They have separate sections for annuals, perennials, and flowering vines, which I think is really, really cool, because these flowering vines are a lot of times very, very hard to find, and they have some really nice ones, as like several different varieties of the black-eyed Susan vine, which I've grown in the past before, and again, lots and lots of sweet peas, which is really, really nice that I like. They also have several hybrid varieties of flowers that you might not commonly see in seed catalogs. I know a lot of people tend to focus on open pollinated, even though there are some really, really nice hybrids. Here on the Swallowtail Gardens website, there are very, very few plants that are, that I struggle to find, that are missing from what I actually want to grow in the garden. The selection of snapdragons is really good. Zinnia's just really, really nice website with really a lot of nice options. They also offer free shipping, which is ideal. Flat rate shipping too. I believe flat rate shipping to the US is $5.99 and $9.99 to Canada, and they ship international for $14.99. Free shipping on US orders over $45. You'd have to go to the website and read all the details about their international shipping and stuff. I know you guys are constantly asking, like, does anybody do international shipping? Again, I've ordered from this one, I don't know, over probably 30 times, and I've had great results every single time. I've never had to contact customer service for any reason. Just really, really good resource. 10 out of 10. Good job, Swallowtail Seeds. Doing an awesome job. Can't wait to attract some swallowtail butterflies to my garden this year. Last but certainly not least, this list of course would not be complete without the inclusion of Baker Creek Seeds. Now, when I initially went to this website, it said, hey, sorry, we're closed right now because there's a lot of orders coming in and we're on quarantine. I was like, whoa. But hey, understandable. Said they'll be back on Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Time, so I believe them in that, so that's fine. As much as I'd like to flip through the Baker Creek website and show you guys what we actually have, what they actually offer, I guess I'm just going to have to speak from experience. Baker Creek, again, this is one of the first websites that I ordered from back when I was all like, yeah, self-sufficiency, grow your own food. I'm still like that, but unfortunately I just don't have the space to be like that. If I lived on a farm or had even an acre, I'd be growing vegetables too, because I love growing my own food. But enough of that tangent. These are all open pollinated varieties. That means that you can save the seed from them, and a lot of the times they have some really, really good, just solid garden foundation types of seeds. like really beautiful zinnias. You know, if the Ben Aries giant zinnias are a little too expensive, Baker Creek has a great selection of other types of zinnias that are open pollinated. You can save the seed from them and they'll still produce large, big double blooms that are gorgeous. You know, when you're ordering seeds, it really is so important to keep your options open and not feel limited by what you see on the internet or what you see wherever. That's one of my favorite things about websites like Baker Creek, is that I just love scrolling through them and looking for something different that appeals to me, that I'm like, hey, that might be interesting. You know, I'm going to give that a try. I haven't seen anybody else grow that. And really just having fun with experimenting in the garden. Shipping is very reasonable. I think it's usually about $3.50. I think maybe it's been $5 before. I can't remember off the top of my head without looking at some of my past receipts. But they also are amazing in including free seed packets. Depending upon the size of your order, you may receive one or more free seed packets, which is incredible and generous and just such a great way to spread the love of growing. Here's a fun story. The package of zinnia seeds that I received that started this entire flower farm dream and donation garden, giving flowers to people, that packet of zinnia seeds that I planted and gave to my grandmother, gave the flowers to my grandmother, that packet of seed was a free packet of seed from my first order to Baker Creek. So 10 out of 10. Thank you, Baker Creek. Hopefully you are inspiring a whole new wave of flower farmers out there in continuing to give out free seeds. You guys are awesome. 10 out of 10. It's always important to do your research in, ordering flower seeds and flower plants online. The Dave's Garden Reviews is a great place to see what other gardeners have experienced when ordering from various sites. In general, I like to choose websites, actual websites to order from. I tend to avoid ordering off Etsy, Amazon, or eBay, just because there are so many people out there that might be looking to deceive someone. And while there are honest people who use those sites, it's just unfortunate. So always be smart and do your research and be a savvy consumer, and we will have such a gorgeous garden. That's it for this video. I hope that you liked it. I hope sincerely that you have found a new seed place that you might want to try out this growing season. I hope your garden is gorgeous. Be sure to leave a comment. It helps so much. If you are new to the channel, hit subscribe and hit the little notification bell. We would love to have you. We're always making new videos all the time. It's usually about growing flowers, but honestly, you never know what kind of content I'm going to make next. Be sure to share the video with a friend or on Facebook or on Pinterest. Just share it anywhere, or open up your window and shout, hey, go watch this video out at your neighbor. Don't shout at your neighbor. They might be having a bad day. Just wave at your neighbor and smile. I'm rambling. Links to all my stuff are down in the description as always. The link to our Patreon is there, which helps support the channel. You can also join our channel by having a subscription membership thing here on YouTube. With that, you get access to all the ebooks and everything on there. Also, more information on our blog, along with photos of what's going on in the garden right now. And be sure to follow me on Instagram if you want. I hope that you guys are having such an incredible day. Thank you so much for making it this far into the video. You truly are a rock star. And I hope that your garden is beautiful this year. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.